Okay. Were you sure about what you wanted to do? Maybe that after high school period, after you perform well, and then everyone is saying either do medicine, engineering, law, or these big courses. Were you really sure you wanted to go into medicine, where you went to do your campus?
That's a good question. So medicine, yes, partly.
Okay.
Because it was my dream, a primary dream. But maybe Pia in a way driven by my mom, maybe. Because I think right when I was very young, she had told me something about, this is the time she had a dream that I was a doctor. My brothers do what, something like that. So I grew up with that. So anytime someone would ask, what do you want to be? I would say, I want to be a doctor. What do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. So after class 8, when I'd performed, I was asked the same question. What do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. And in fact, I was even asked which doctor. And I said, I want to be a cardiologist, a heart doctor. And they asked, why? And I said, because I want to treat both the physical heart and the spiritual heart at class 8. When I think about that, I'm proud of me. Yeah, so I had that dream. Even going through high school, so it was there. I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
But by the time I get to Form 4, then conflict come kidogo, in the sense that I love mathematics. I adore. I think there's no word I can use to put it. It feels like this is the one subject for me. It's just my soft spot. I easily glide. And so it wonders like, okay, medicine, mathematics, it feels like there's nowhere this is going. Yeah. And so for a moment, I actually asked. I had to ask now, like my teachers, I really like this. I really like mathematics. What would I do? And then there's this bit of, I want to be a doctor. Yeah, so what do I do? And I remember there's one who had told me about the option of you can either do actuarial science or medicine. So there were these two, actuarial science or medicine. But the problem with actuarial science, that time, I don't know why it changed, because right now a lot of people do actuarial science. That time it felt like it was just for a few, because you had to get an A, like in all your subjects, you had to get A planes. All of them. You had to get a point from a point basis. It used to be 48. Remember, as I was giving my story, I told you that in language, English was
it was
not
a problem.
So I used to, if I have done so well, it will be a B+. So I used to think, okay, there's a problem here. Because if I say, because of mathematics, I want to go into actuarial science, and because English, up to that point, I'm almost getting to the end, but bado, there's no glimmer of hope that actually I'm going to get a straight A. What's going to happen? So a teacher advised me that you could put medicine, just put medicine, because at least medicine was not all A's. It will be like, I think 47.4 up to onwards. So you put medicine. When the results come out, if in case you've passed and you've gotten a 48, you can change to actuarial. And that will be a sign for you, because I was also wondering, so now how do, so is it medicine, is it, you've had this dream for long, okay. So when the results anyway came, so I had passed, yes, but I had gotten an A-, I think, in English. So still it was not 48. So it felt like a sign also from heaven that I will just go into medicine. And I dropped the actuarial science thing, just like that. Of course, also when I was trying to plan ahead about it, I had also loved something about farming, agriculture. So I used to tell people, but if I don't do medicine, I will actually go into something about agriculture. It's interesting because when I met my husband and then he told me his mom is in agriculture, I was like, really? I want to meet her, I want to see. Honestly, I hope he will also agree with that. Like I was excited at her profession in agriculture. I was like, really? That's something I had wanted, at some point, because it just feels cool, growing crops and seeing them grow. And for me, it used to be an interesting idea. Or the third thing will have been a teacher. Yeah. So that was a doctor or an agriculture person or a teacher. So those three things, And teaching, just because I had said, I think the teaching bit also came strongly, even through campus and all that, because I also felt like I had, as I was doing the purpose-driven thing, it was something. I loved teaching. I loved giving solutions to people. So I felt also that will be a career that could fit into my personality and my strengths at that time. Okay. Yeah, so those three.
Did you choose like Moi as your first choice after you realized this, or you were thinking maybe you were in as well to go to do medicine?
Okay, no, I had wanted Moi. So I had never liked Nairobi. Ever since the first time we sat there when I was going to, settings. We lived there before, but I was a child. But now, when we came and I was coming now to high school, I don't know if it's just maybe during that time, there was a strike and Nini. I felt like people struggle a lot. I still hold that Nini up to now. I feel like people struggle a lot. There's a lot of hustling and bustling. People are running. I don't know where they're running to. It's just busy. It's not easy life. You know, I mean, like here in Eldoret, you can just walk to town and walk to... You can tell someone, in 5 minutes, I'll come and we'll be there. I mean, in Nairobi, you tell people I'll be there, it will be 2 hours. Or people say they live in Nairobi, but they never meet each other.
It's true.
I feel like it was always burdensome. So that for me came that first time when we went in high school. From that time I said, no, I am not going to study in University of Nairobi. So I remember even when I was choosing the courses, I was always looking at what does Moi have. Because I think at that time it always just felt like it's either UON or Moi. It never looked like there was another one. So my heart was set at Moi. Right from high school, I was not going back to Nairobi. So I know I feel like it almost seems like I was always this strongly opinionated people right from the start. You know, like this is what I want. This is what I want.
Go for it.
With my shady reasons, but I said no.
I don't think all of them are shady, but okay.
No, maybe it's village life or something. I don't know. Just love the calm, life without pressure.
True.
You know, life without it, like, do this.
You don't have to do everything in a hurry.
Yeah, in a hurry.
It's true, because I think I've come to study in Eldoret, and I'm like, this is way more peaceful than Nairobi. It's quiet. Everything you need is in town. So you're like, wow, there are people living like this. Which is a nice adjustment. So now you joined campus in 2010.
Yeah.
Which month? January or
January. It was January 4th.
Wow.
It was at the beginning.
Remember the date?
Just after, imagine you finished, really, you cross over. It's like faster, bana, go to school.
Hakuna break 1 week.
No, but we had waited because initially they had said we were to join in November.
No, of 2009.
Yes, and then they sent a memo again like, no, we have cancelled it to go to January. So I think we were more eager, I think our classmates who had taken other courses had already started, like the previous year. So we're the ones who were like the last ones to join campus.
Okay. Maybe you can tell us about your first experience. And your first day, you're excited, you're like, it's a new environment, and you're seeing different faces, especially the first month, you're getting to see new faces. Maybe you can tell us about your transition to Moi.
To Moi, yeah. So now that said, the 2 years I have been in the village, heart of the village in Busia, home, be teaching. So my life has just been revolving around village life and that. Now we're coming here to campus, excited, of course, I mean, people here, it's medicine, so everyone has passed.
Bright people.
Yeah, bright people. Everyone is a bright person. And I remember very well our first day out library, and I sat next to a guy called Joshua. I think he was in dental school. I just know that he finished a few years ago. Yeah, but I remember our conversation because we sat down, it's from the coast, we talk, and and of course, even when I was coming in also, I met Sheila. I think just when I was crossing, that road coming into MTRH, we met right outside there, and they're like, you're here, nice. Okay, then we go in, so the registration process and all that, and meet people. It's a new environment. It's completely new now because, I mean, in high school, you have teachers who look over you. I mean, at a dorms, the time you're supposed to sleep, there's someone who can come and make sure everyone lights out. Teachers are all over you, hovering over you. At home, I've been at home for 2 years. I mean, it's home set up. You're under your parents. Things are worked in a specific way. And now here we come to campus, and it's like you're actually free. It feels like, what? You're free. You have to think of even right from like, what are you going to eat? How are you going to eat? Those kind of things. What time are you going to sleep? What time are you going to wake up? And I mean, with Moi again, it's SDL, so
a lot of free time.
I mean, you have to panga yourself, something like that. And like, wow, those are shockers. Yeah, they come. But anyway, I think we have a few moments of rejoicing. Kidogo, those first few months, I had joined Christian Union right from the word go. And here we are trying to, so the classes come. It's SDL now. And I remember my first shocker. Like, whoa. Get the anatomy book. And I'm trying to read. Unilateral, medial, mediolateral, posterior, and things just are not getting.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I panicked. I was like, what is this? So all through these stories I've had, I've always had, like these success stories. Things just come easy. Things come easy, just do this, read, do these things, But for the first time, it feels like it's not coming easy. I am not understanding. It takes so long to understand, the bones, how it is. I'm not even getting, so how is this? And then you go for those classes, Badawi classes, and there are people who are shining.
Yeah.
It will have been maybe consoling if you go and all of you don't get. Maybe you'll be like, so I'm in the normal camp. No, but people are shining. I'm like, how do these people know these things? Like, they're asking, what's this? They're answering, what's this? And, but now it speaks so fast, it's not like it's just those slowly, but slowly. So we are saying, this is the bone, this is the femur, so this is how you hold. No, he does not do that. It's not that. And there are people who answering. We go to the cadaver and, the attachments and what, this muscle attaches here. We go, he has taught, then we come to the cadaver, and there are people actually who are showing, are saying, there was this muscle. Hey, this is... How did you know that? I think it was, I felt, even now when I speak it, I felt that because for a moment, it felt like my bubble has just been burst. I don't know, am I in the right place? Am I in the right career? Of course, let's not add to the fact that I previously, before joining the campus, I had also struggled a lot with issues about dead bodies. And now we knew that one of the things, during the introduction, you're taken to the morgue. Of course, I went, just have to swallow.
Let's do this.
And let's do this. Go, put up a face. Scared, but I felt like it was one of those things, do it afraid. Just go and see how the mortuaries and put. And I think for me, I also learned something. I just felt like, okay, I think when you sit in the mortuary for long, actually you get used to, because these bodies look like wood. And for a moment when I got out of there and I was looking at people, I was just like, I don't know why we even boast and tunaringa sana. When we die, we're just like wood, just thrown. You can't do anything. That's what I felt. There are people who actually fainted. I didn't faint. Funny enough, I didn't faint on the mortuary visit and those things. Then cadavers now are now learning and all those kind of things. And it was hard. First year was hard. I don't know who else has had this experience, but for me it was
really hard.
Difficult. It was so difficult to transition, and things were just not, I'm not getting it. Maybe those are course at 101, about communication or something.
I'm not even sure what 101 right now is.
Yeah, but we did something like that. Those things about new communication skills, those are the things for me now, those were easy. Like, what's this? Those are easy things. But now when we come to the real things, biochemistry, we come to, that anatomy, we come to pathology, that is like third year. There was a lot of
behavioral sciences. I'm not sure if we did it at that time.
Yeah.
And okay, physiology.
Behavioral science, that was nice. Those are easy things. But pharmacology.
What are these?
And when we normally start, when you're told that the pass mark is it 40 or 50?
50.
Yeah, 50, you feel like, what are they talking? We used to get 90s and 100 are talking about. But that time, you say, what? If I get 51, Lord.
My life is yours.
It was so hard. Now to bring the contrast, and the fact that there are people who used to gloss over this. For a moment, I was on the other side. I was looking at other people and just wondering, what do I need to do? Yeah. But I remember, even with that, first year, still keeping things to just like, okay, I'll attend my classes. The classes I'll attend. The books are supposed to be read, I will read. If there's something I'm supposed to be, like I think from my side, I did for a student what a student needs to do. No skipping classes, no, I will just do what needs to be done. Study, but if the brain refuses to understand, it's my brain. It's not the outward works, if I should say. The outward works, I will do what needs to be done. Now, the only issue will be the rubber meeting the road, where what you're supposed to do. Yeah, that will be I would say my shocker transition. So from just village life, now meeting people, a lot of freedom, a lot of things of which you have to decide. And now these books and SDL, you know, self-directed learning and problem-based learning. And wow.
I think I relate because when Badawi used to say his famous statement, you really forgot. I was like, yeah, and those people. So it was a really hard time as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us, how did you adjust? Because you're saying your first year was really hard. Like, what did you used to do? How talking to people or praying? Yes, and maybe you can tell us that before you go for a break.
Yeah, so I think it was just, yeah, we still kept in touch with other people. I mean, yeah, networks. I will still try to, you know, ask people around, have some sort of group discussions.
Yeah.
For me, that was something. It always helped me from first year to sixth year. I mean, having groups around me, we discuss, really, really helped. I mean, because those people who are strong, there's something they will say. And funny enough for me, I think when I hear someone saying something, it helps to stick and to understand how they have understood when they say and they say it. I mean, also in the tutorial groups, I mean, that also will be something. So with just that, attending and hearing people saying and talking about this, I will really, it was really helpful. I mean, there are people I'm really grateful to, even up to now, with the likes of Akina, Erika, Kakile, and these are people who used to... They know their things at their fingertips. So I'll go tutorial groups. It's time for them. I'll be there first. Just want to listen to them. They will explain. They will write. They will do what. And I'm like, okay. And then it will give me hope. Like, okay, this person has understood. I will also understand. Let me just go and read. So I used to do that. Yeah. So a lot of, and Pia put a lot of faith. It almost felt like there's no turning back. I don't think for me, I felt like there was an option. Like, at now I can go to another course. I know classmates actually switched their courses and did something else. But I was just like, we have to go through this. So we stuck through it. And we went through. So I mean, that group, having people, I was also in Christian Union. We were active. I would say active for that moment, just actively doing what needs to be done. I will go for morning glory prayers, pray, read the Bible, interact with other people, still read and hear, and just know that people who have gone ahead, interact with the seniors. I think that's the beauty of Moi, where we get to interact a lot with the seniors. Gives you hope, because you're like, okay, someone is in fifth year, you're in first year. Sometimes you feel like it's doom. You have 6 years here, and you're like, where? There are people, but there are people who are gone through it. They really encourage, and it's like, okay, we can actually make it. People give you resources, slides here and there, books here and there. And that really helped to just keep it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's just take a short break. Then we'll be back.
Thank you.